I got a twisted mind.
Well, well, well. We're gonna have a real good time together. We're gonna have a real good time together. We're gonna jump and shout today together. Na 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 na. So, thanks for having me on the show, everybody. My name's Brian Parton, and I've been a fan of a lot of stuff that's come out of this studio, and so what a thrill. We're gonna have a real good time together. Na 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 na. You're such a foxy little woman, my favorite one on the scene. A total underground goddess, and not a bit too modest. You tell that dance floor high, you really glam it up. Perfection in black leather, you're so sleek and so mean, determined and so pretty. You can save the city, smash your meteora. You really glam it up. Yes, you really glam it up. Your fine legs and pumps, you'll always be the style. Marlene Dietrich smile. Ow! Girl, you really glam it up. Your fine legs and pumps, you'll always be the style. Marlene Dietrich smile. You're such a foxy little woman, my favorite one on the scene. A total underground goddess, and not a bit too modest. Mama, we hooking up. You really glam it up. Baby, we hooking up. You really glam it up. Mama, we hooking up. You really glam it up. Yeah.
I'd like to welcome everyone out to the Tulsa Tempo podcast. I'm your host, Jason Featheringill. They like to call me Professor Jason around here. We are coming to you live here from the church studio conference room. We just finished Tunes at Noon with Brian Parton. So, Brian, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I love this, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. You sounded good out there, man.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah. Good sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking some time to talk to us. I'm going to get right in. We just got a handful of questions for you today. Won't keep you too long. So I'd like to start off with, I'm wondering if you could share a story behind the creation of one of your more popular songs, or maybe one of your most recent songs.
It's both. Every Day Is Great has become one of my more popular songs. I've had that one since 2019. I've been playing it around shows and finally put it on my EP this year. And I noticed it was really taking off. It was one of the bigger reaction songs at shows in Colorado when I started playing it up there. And it all came around because I have no quibble with offering that I was seeing an analyst, a therapist up there. A lot of us do in Colorado. I don't think our brains are getting enough air or something up there anyway. And part of the reason I was depressed was this was 2018 when I started seeing 19. Well, I hadn't finished a song in about 4 or 5 years. That was one of the reasons, you know, you just got all these songs started and they're just piling up and you're not finishing anything. And that was really grinding on me a lot. So she said, well, how about if you just write a song now and write one about, the good stuff that's going on with you right now and stuff like that, instead of all the bummer stuff that's been going on that we're, in here talking about all the time. And so I thought, well, all right, let's do that then. And so it started putting it together. It's like, it's really not all that bad. I can get shows in any town I want to go. If I just want to go hang out in Osceola, Arkansas for a few days, I'm sure I can find me someplace to play over there. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a positive song for sure.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it did come along at a good time when COVID was happening.
Yeah.
And so I did notice a lot of people liked it when I would post it on Facebook and YouTube and everything too, video versions.
Yeah.
I'll be doing it at home.
Yeah. It's good to get that positive message out there too. Yeah, that's great.
She floats like a swan, grace on the water, lips like sugar, lips like sugar. Just when you think you got her, she'll glide across the water. She calls for you tonight to share this moonlight. You'll flow down her river, you'll ask and you'll give her lips like sugar, sugar kisses, lips like sugar, sugar kisses. Yeah. She knows what you know, she knows what you're thinking. Sugar kisses, sugar kisses. Just when you think she's yours, she'll glide for other shores. She calls for you tonight to share this moonlight. You'll flow down her river, you ask and you give her lips like sugar, sugar kisses, lips like sugar, sugar kisses. Ooh. She knows what you know. She knows what you're thinking. Sugar kisses, sugar kisses. Just when you think she's yours, she'll glide for other shores. She calls for you tonight to share this moonlight. You flow down her river, you ask and you give her lips like sugar, sugar kisses, lips like sugar, sugar kisses, all lips like sugar. sugar kisses, lips like sugar.
Thank you kindly, everyone.
So, what's been one of your most memorable experiences you've had while performing live?
Who's that girl who played in Chasing Amy?
Laura? I don't know. I know who you're talking about.
Well, she's from Little Rock, it turned out. I did not know. I didn't know the movie, but David and Bill, this was a Nashville Rebels story.
Okay.
David White, our bass player, and Bill Paget, our drummer, they knew the movie. Well, one night we were playing this after hours bar in Little Rock. We used to play all the time, Midtown Billiards. It's still there. And we would start at 1 a.m. and finish up at 4. And it was so great. And one night when we were doing that, that girl came in, a limo pulls up, we can see the doors out. She gets out of it with this dude that, kind of, what would you call, nebbish kind of guy. And she just could care less that he's around at all. She gets up in front of David White, our bass player, and starts doing the Hoochie Mama dance to whatever song we were playing. And we got to see Hollywood tits in real life. And she showed him and just kept him up for the whole song, just giving it all of this. And David White was getting the best show of any of us. She liked that boy. Yeah, so that was probably my most memorable experience. I know it's doesn't have much to do with maybe something Edward Teller said, but yeah.
Did it have an impact on you as an artist?
It did as a man. Yeah. I think we've made it, man. Yeah, when Hollywood big shots think you're good enough to see all that. Even if we're not signed to some management, William Morris doesn't care. Somebody up there in that end of the business does. So
you guys were putting on a show and received a little show at the same time, sounds like.
Certainly did, yes, yeah.
Awesome. All right, so can you tell us about a time when you faced a significant challenge in your music career and how you overcame it?
In 2008, I tore the supraspinatus tendon, or one. No, that's in this one right now. It was one of my rotator cuff tendons, and played shows with it like that. I didn't have insurance, and I didn't really care because it was 2008. Everybody else was losing their jobs and houses left and right. For some reason, I had a side job, a straight job that was going just fine. This guy I was working for had plenty of work. Gigs were just coming in like crazy. And so I thought, well, everybody else I better sop up all of this I can. And so I played with it like that, and it hurt so badly. And to put up your own PA speakers with it, it was hideous, man. And the way I tore it was I was on my way up to Colorado one time, and it's 11 hours under ideal conditions, but it snowed like crazy. And so I-70 and 20, everything was closed from Burlington on in. And so I had to route way down to Pueblo and like 2-3 o'clock in the morning to get up to Colorado Springs with the friends with whom I was staying. And made it 16 hours. And when I got there, I just boom, went down like a tree in the foot and laid on this shoulder like this. It's the same mechanism that Drew Brees was torn when he was down and was reaching out for a fumble, and the guy fell on it and did the same thing. But I slept on it for about 11 or 12 something hours like that. And when I woke up, it was like, okay, this isn't just slept on it wrong kind of thing, And so he can't even use this arm anymore. He had a great career afterward, but I just saw a thing about him the other day where he's like, he has to throw the ball left-handed with his kids now. But I digest. What, now I'm doing Norm Crosley's act? Crosley? Yeah. Jerry knows. Larry knows. They know what I'm doing. Anyway, so, but when that was tough, doing it like that for a year, and then I finally couldn't go any longer. A friend of mine found some insurance that I could afford that covered everything, physical therapy and all of it. And when I came back, there was an article in the newspaper about it in the Tulsa World thinking, like, this might be the end. What if he can't come back from rotator cuff surgery? Well, I was determined to come back. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, this is a Johnny Unitas Dyed in the Wool fan, and that man played through so many big hits and injuries. It's like, I just play guitar. Nobody's, putting a forearm into my face, 5 seconds after I've thrown the ball like I could back then. And so I did everything the physical therapist told me to do, and the surgery was great. The physical therapy was great. It's been running neck and neck with music ever since. It's my favorite interest. I've just become a physical therapy groupie, more or less. It's pretty ridiculous.
Did it have a negative impact on your sound, do you feel like? I mean, while you were injured, or just painful?
The only thing it actually probably made me play the blues even harder. Yeah.
You're feeling it?
Yeah.
How about now? Do you feel like is your sound back to what it was? Is it improved past what it originally was? Or
yeah.
did you get superpowers during your surgery?
It was weird. Like my calluses disappeared because you're in this immobilizer for 5 months while it all heals back. And so I had no calluses when I went back. It was starting.
You had to redo them.
Yeah, that part was kind of crazy. And but it seemed like keeping everything going was the best. Yeah, but that was probably the biggest challenge I faced. It was a physical one.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that story.
Oh, right on. You can feel free to edit. I know I got really going.
No, that's good. Get fired up.
As long as you keep the Norm Crosby joke in there. Because
I got a twisted mind.
After 11 years, I am back, and one big of the many differences I noticed was, you can't say y'all around Denver too. And El Paso County, where I started out, Colorado Springs, all that, nobody seemed to mind. But up there, like, you'd get sighs of derision when you'd say y'all. And then finally in 2017, I stopped altogether. I moved there in 2011, so it was 6 years in. I finally had to revert back to you guys, like we said in California, because this girl and I were talking one afternoon, and I ended on a preposition, and I went, oh, I can't believe I just did that. And she went, ended on a preposition? And I went, yeah. And she said, you also said y'all a little while ago. Yeah. So, you guys are going to have to help me out to get back on y'all. While I was there, I recorded an album. I also have a new EP out right now, very new. It came out on 4/20. I know there's so many things going on. There was no way that festival was going to move. So I pleaded, as best as I could with Taylor Swift to move off of that date with her new one, but to no avail. So you guys are probably just now hearing about it. Yeah, it's a new EP called Untitled. It's not really called that, it just is. So while we were there, while I was there, I did record a CD while I was, and there's a couple of songs from it. There's 9 originals, 2 covers. One of them is this original. It seemed to be going over the best up there with the agent I was working for, and so I'm going to listen to the boss. It's late in the evening, the tree's standing still. Like something's going down, something probably will. I had this feeling in a dream before. It's out in Oklahoma. I had to leave. Been around her, a gambler, I ain't worth a damn. I'm really gone to hell, life show is grand. I ain't amounted much to nothing, and it shows. been doing 7 days of the same old grind. Now the money and the next 2 days are mine. There's some women going on at the house next door. I'm gonna go. When the sun goes down, my cares and worries all come around. I really don't drink much as a rule, but a little drink of whiskey will chase away them blues, yeah. It's late in the evening, a tree standing still. Like something's going down, something probably will. I had this feeling in a dream before. In Detroit City, I had to leave. Yeah, I had to leave. They made me leave. Right. So there you go.
So who's been the most influential person in your music journey, and can you share a specific moment or lesson like of an impact that that person had on you?
I learned guitar and what was good guitar playing and good music from my dad. Yeah, he played around the house. Had an opportunity to go out and make records and didn't take it, but he didn't want to make a job out of it. But he was that good. Anyway, and he still, yeah, and so he taught me what's good guitar playing, what's slouchy guitar playing, and a lot of stuff that people think is great guitar playing. I know better. And like when you're in high school and you know better and you can't say anything. Plus, he was a Golden Gloves boxer when he was younger. So when you were watching one of those kind of dodgy Muhammad Ali fights in high school, and he's sitting there going, I can't believe people believe this. And stuff like, and you couldn't talk about it at school because everybody's going to, and what makes you an expert, and all that. You couldn't make fun of popular guitar players because the standard reply was, and when is your album coming out? Yeah.
Did you ever have any like, is there one guitar experience that you had with your dad that stood out? Like, was he able to come to any of your shows? Was there, did you have a great performance and he was there?
We opened, the Nashville Rebels opened for Jerry Lee Lewis twice, and he was a huge fan of Jerry Lee. And we went to see him in '78 at the Canes, and it's still to date to me, it's the best show I've ever seen in my life of anybody, and I've seen them all. But we went to that, and then 20 years later, we're opening for him. And so, Dad, the Pilgrim, because he hadn't been able to play in Oklahoma for 20 years, Jerry, because of taxes, and so this is his first time back, and it's like, bye, buddy, we're going back. Yeah, we're going back in.
Was your dad a Sun Records guy? Did he like all those rockabilly kind of guys?
He liked Carl Perkins a lot. Yeah, he thought he was really something. He was 34 when rock and roll happened, but like Keith Richards, who was 13 when Elvis hit. Keith said, that's when the world went to Technicolor. I asked my dad that one day. He always thought Keith was an inferior guitar player, all that kind of junk, But when I said, so Keith Richards said when Elvis hit the scene, that's when the world went to Technicolor. Is that right? And he goes, yep. Just like that. No hesitation at all.
Yeah.
And he's, mid-30s.
Yeah.
And felt the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, that Elvis Sun Record stuff is really good.
That's what turned me into wanting to play. I think that's album. When Elvis died, we never heard his older stuff. We just heard about Hound Dog and stuff, but all we saw was "Don't Cry, Daddy." Like,
That's exactly my experience. Is like, my grandparents liked Elvis, and then later on when you hear that Sun Records Elvis, it's like that stuff was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, the radio station started playing the older stuff. And like, no wonder the world went mad for this guy. Well, top 40 radio, so long. I want to find this record. Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly.
I love this audience already. I can always find my keys, so the getaway never sucks. My knees are trash, yet I'm agile as any jumbuck. And I can get shows in any city I wanna go. So every day is great in some kind of way. Every day is great, what can I say? The depraved, duplicitous, the jealous, always taking a shot. But my initial suspicions and instincts are never far off. And though distracted by pain, and a girl I'll never see again. Every day is great in some kind of way. Every day is great, what can I say? What can I say? Often find myself in the midst of an impressive lot. It's a skill, a knack, a talent I've gladly got. And because of I now know a girl from way up north, man can she sing. So every day is great in some kind of way. Every day is great, what can I say? Oh, every day is great in some kind of way. Every day is great, what can I say? Yeah.
Well, what's a little known fact or an interesting anecdote about making of your latest EP that your fans might want to know about?
Oh.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, it wasn't that remarkable of an experience.
Hey, it sounds great.
Oh, good, yeah. Oh, good. Well, yeah, I guess if I have to say anything about it, those three songs Mean Girls and Nashville Rebels songs, but the three new things, Keen on Her, She's the Only One for Me, and Every Day is Great.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yeah. Those are like three of my favorite things I've ever written, and all of them have happened since my therapist in Colorado kind of got me to get the lead out and start finishing things and getting back into the swing. So yeah, all three of those have something to do with that experience with her. But I want those songs out there so badly. I mean, because I love those songs so much, and about who they're about, and that stuff just most of the time sometimes when you make a record you're thinking, well, I haven't put one out in a while, I should probably do something, and you do, and it's all right, people like it, all right, but this is the first time that I took the tapes home and listened to them every day for 3 days instead of a year later.
Yeah. So that's if there's anything anecdotal about it, it's like, yes, more than anything I've ever done, except Exploitation Natural, I really, really want people to hear so badly that I'll shamelessly huck this thing. Yeah. So you're proud of it.
Yes.
I could
have just said that.
Well, no, it's a better story to say it like that. In fact, that was going to be my follow-up question was the anecdote that your therapist helped, or that that maybe finishing something was, getting it out there, but it sounds like now that I heard the full story, it's you got something out, you got something done and out there, but you're proud of it. This wasn't just something you needed to do. It was something that you wanted to do and you're proud of it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you should be. It sounds great.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So those were the handful of questions we had for you today, but, what did I forget to ask? What would you like the audience to know? I mean, you just finished a great set here at the church studio. We're so glad that I'd like to thank the church studio for having us out. You see Leon here in the background. Yeah, it's been a great day. but Brian Parton, what do you want to say to end it today?
Well, I said well.
That's all right.
That's as bad as saying or
We could change it to a y'all.
Oh, good. Maybe we could throw that in. Yeah. We'll end with that. I just want to say it's really great to be back in Oklahoma where I can say y'all again. Nothing against Denver, but you guys can be pretty snooty about. I took ain't out of all the songs that had ain't because I was playing for so many. You go out and talk to people on break and people want to come up and talk. And she's a lacrosse player at Colorado School of Mines. So I don't want to sound like some dummy talking to her. It'd be a big drag to her. So, so I took out ain't and, really dressed up. What would we do? Yeah, let's just.
Well, that's like back in Oklahoma.
Oh, right. It's because it's great to be able to say y'all again. Yeah. Okay. So
one more thing. Anything you want to promote on your back, but you can talk to this camera. Check out my music here.
Oh, I should have been looking there all this time.
You should have, because this thing's been weird. But
you were looking the right camera.
You did good. But now we're dialed. If you want, just be like, just whatever you want to promote. Hey, my album's out here. Anything.
Yeah, new EP streaming.
Social medias, anything, website, anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. We going now?
We're going.
Before I go, I'd like to tell everybody about the new EP. It's untitled. That's available at Bandcamp and Bandcamp and 5, 4. I'm going to slate another one.
Start over. Yeah, there you go.
Before I go, I'd like to tell everybody about my newest EP. It came out
420.
All right, 1, 2.
Third time's a charm.
Before I go, everyone, I'd like to tell you about my new EP that came out in April, and it's 4 songs and some of the best writing. I think it's my best writing, and I just really, really insist that everyone hear these songs. So I want everybody to check that out. It's streaming everywhere. It's available on Bandcamp, and also I'm all over Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even on there, because a lot of music execs, so you can at them a lot. So, and that's about it. That's
Well, thanks again for being out, Brian. Thanks for the church studio. Thank you, everyone. 4 songs, 4 questions, 4-song EP.
I got a twisted mind and some shattered dreams. I got a twisted mind and some shattered dreams. I live a life of futility. I'm always turning right when I should have turned left. I'm always turning left when I should have turned right. Ain't amounted to much, man, have I wasted my life.